Exactly. And Max has that name, and here he is getting on his bike, getting ready to get pushed up. What do you see the tactics playing out for this ride with Jack and Max?
We've got two slightly different riders here. You've got Jack, who's very explosive. He's the starter for the GB team in the team sprint. He's going to want to keep the race a little bit shorter and try to get Max close to him so that Max can't get a big run at his slipstream. Max is going to want to push him on earlier. He's going to want to make that race longer. He's going to want to play to his strength, which is his excellent speed endurance, which is why he's done so well in the Keirin over the years.
Exactly. He, at one point for a few minutes, owned the world record in the kilo for 57 seconds a few years ago. So he has that long run, and he's going to have to figure out how to use it against these guys because he definitely didn't qualify as fast.
I think it's one of the biggest makeups from qualifying position I've ever seen at this level in a sport. There's a good 0.2 of a second between Jack and Max in qualifying, which is, at this level, that's a really big gap.
Sure is. And so here we see them. They got pushed off. They're creeping down. Jack is keeping an eye on Levy because he doesn't want to do anything quick or out of the ordinary. And Max is staying nice and slow, controlled, and we'll see what's going to happen coming out of turn 2 here.
Yeah, this is very much the calm before the storm, isn't it? They're just kind of sussing each other out. It's a little bit early for either of them to make any kind of run yet. This is playing into Jack's hands at the moment, where he's wanting to keep things slow, and he's just waiting to see what Max is going to do.
Yeah, and Max doesn't want to go too soon because 3 laps is a long way to go as a sprinter. So he wants to get that acceleration, but wait until he absolutely needs to.
Yet no athlete, however good their speed endurance, can go flat out for 3 laps. Everybody will be fatiguing at some rate. The better athletes just fatigue slower than the less able athletes.
Yeah, and we'll see, like you said, Jack's the starter, Max man 2, so Max has that longer range, whereas Jack is a little bit more explosive. And you see Jack just pushing Levy up right here, holding him in. Why do you think he's doing that?
He's just trying to keep him slow, so pushing him up the track to stop him from being able to accelerate.
And here we see Max coming up track a little, pushing him on. He's picking that speed up, and Jack is moving around trying to make sure Levy doesn't get too much height, because with height comes speed.
Yeah, good move from Max there, pushing the race on 400 meters out, making Jack really work early.
And here we go, 200 meters to go. Jack in front, Levy behind with a little bit of gap trying to close it. They are side by side going into the final turn. Out of turn, coming into the finish, and it's going to be Jack with Levy going to round 2.
Yeah, good win there for Jack, semi-final. He played to his strength well. He did a good job of kind of metering his effort, taking the run away from Max, so Max didn't have that big slipstream to run into, and then accelerated again through the second half of the race. Excellent ride by Jack.
Yeah, Max did the best he can to push him on, but it came down to that acceleration we talked about that Jack has, and it wasn't enough for Max to come over the top. Here's that point where we see Jack pushing him up, then Max getting the race going. Jack really trying to move around, keep that acceleration happening so Max can't just barrel over the top of him.
Yeah, good move by Max there to come down the track, forcing Jack down, then go back up again to take his height, but he just didn't quite create a big enough gap to do the run. And Jack's faster than him.
Yeah, plain and simple in the qualifying, that's how it rolled out, but Max has definitely proven himself. So here we have Sebastian of France going against Matthew of Australia. What do you think about these two guys?
They're both very, very fast. Sebastian's been doing some excellent Man 2 rides in the French team, and we all know about Matt. First guy to go under 60 seconds on a sea-level kilo. Guy has phenomenal speed endurance while also having excellent top speed. I must say he's a difficult guy to beat in this year's World Championships.
100% agree. Under a minute in the kilo is just mind-blowing. And so here we go. We see him. The pace is a little bit faster than the last race. We see Matthew getting things rolling, Sebastian behind. What do you think Sebastian's going to try and make Matthew do?
Well, really, he's got two choices. He either pushes him on early And even doing that with Matt, he's got such good speed endurance, as you're seeing. He's already keener to take this race out faster than Jack was. He clearly wants to retain the front. So Sebastian's got to get him going early and hope he can do a really good job of rushing the gap and using Matt's big slipstream.
Exactly, and that's what you did. You saw Sebastian come up track a little bit. Matthew pulled down. The race is going full gas coming around. 1 lap to go. Sebastian almost comes underneath. Now he's going up to get a little bit more height, to get some momentum. Matthew is moving around, making sure he cannot come around. And look at that speed that Matthew has. It is just
Phenomenal.
Full gas.
Phenomenal
and
speed.
It's not going to work for Sebastian in that one.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, this is the semi-final of the World Championships. He's led from the front and he's won by 3 bike lengths. That is just raw horsepower. The guy is so gifted.
Yeah, and if you see his position again, it is so low, so aerodynamic. Nobody in track cycling has a position like Matthew. It is incredible to watch.
Yeah, for a guy his size to be able to fold himself into such a small frontal area is pretty special, and that's one of the reasons why a guy his size can go as quick as he can.
And all these guys are pretty big, but yeah, being able to crunch up, fold in half, it's impressive. And you can see here Sebastian trying to maybe think about coming underneath, but Matthew closes that door, and that's that position we were talking about. Look at that.
Yeah, I think Sebastian actually had a chance there if he'd fully committed to it, but he didn't quite commit to the move. And then from then he was really struggling.
Yeah, wasn't meant to be this round, and it is best of 3, so we'll see them again in a few minutes.